Hey guys, my name is Avigat, and in this video I'll be writing a Java program to input 10 numbers and find the sum of only the odd numbers. So let's start with the video. Okay, so here I've already written the basic structure of every Java program. I've started with import java.util.scanner, then class, then public static void main, followed by scanner s equals to new scanner, because in this program we'll be taking input from the user. Now the first thing I'll do is create the integer variable. So I'll say int num, and this num variable will be storing the user inputted values. Now I'll write my print statement to gather input from the user. So I'll write system.out.println, and here I'll say enter 10 numbers. So now after the print statement, usually we write num is equal to sc.nextInt or whatever variable it is, but in this case I will be writing that statement within the for loop because I want the user to input 10 numbers repeatedly. So if I write it here itself, then I will have to display the same print statement 10 times in order to get input. So instead of doing that, I'll just add the num is equal to sc.nextInt line within the for loop. So now let's begin writing the for loop. For this, I'll start by writing for, and within the bracket, I will write my first statement, which is initializing the variable. So int I is equal to 0. Then I'll write my second part of the for loop, which is to determine till when the for loop is going to run till. So I want the user to enter 10 values. So for that I'll say I less than 10. So this will include all the values from 0 up till 9, which are 10 values. So now that this is done, I'll write my third part, which is to decide if the value of I will be increasing or decreasing. In this case it will be increasing, so I'll just write I++. Now I'll write the curly braces, and here the first thing I'll do is write num is equal to sc.nextInt, and through this I'll be storing all the user inputted values within this num variable. After doing so, I have to see if those number values are odd numbers or not. So to do that, I'll write an if condition. So I'll say if, and here I'll say if num mod 2 not equal to 0, because whenever a number is odd, there's no remainder of 0. There'll always be a value, for example 1 or 3 or 5. So I'll write this if statement, which will check if the number is divisible by 2. Now if it's not divisible by 2, as you can see over here, then I'll write curly braces, and here I'll write the next part of my program. So over here it checks if it's an odd number, and if it is, then I'll write sum is equal to sum plus num. Okay, and over here I forgot to create the sum variable, so I'll just do that. So sum is equal to 0, and in this case I won't need an else statement. So now our for loop has been written. After doing so, I'll simply print out the value of sum. So I'll say system.out.println sum is, and here I'll say plus sum, and here our code is complete. Let me compile this and let's check the output. Void main, enter 10 numbers. Let me input all the numbers from 1 to 10. So 1, 2, 3, 9 and 10. Here it shows me that the sum is 25 because 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9 will give you 25. So yeah, that is all for this video. If you want the code, it will be available on my website avigatgupta.com. So make sure you check it out. Other than that, if you have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll try my best to answer them as soon as possible. And if you learned something new, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and see you later. Bye.